Hello guys, my name is Dr. Varun and you are watching Chlorophyll classes only on YouTube. Well, the one thing I want to tell you before going ahead is that I'm really sorry that I'm not uploading very consistently these videos because I got really stuck with the stuff and I also get sick. But now I'm back with normal, but might be my voice is little changed because I still have a cold. So might be I'm talking with my nose closed. So that's why there is a different sound coming. But let's just dive into our topic. Well, this is for 11th class and this is from chapter number 2, that is biological classification. And here we are coming up with the last topic of this chapter. With that, after that, we will solve few questions and later on we will try to go with the more questions practiced in the sooner classes. But here I will give you just an idea that what types of questions can come, probably few of them with the current pattern. Let's just start with the last topic, that is viruses. When we are talking about viruses, we have to remember one thing, that we have never talked about it till now. Means what? That we said that we're gonna be studying different classifications. Go through the first video of this chapter, the part 1, that is biological classifications, understanding different types of kingdoms that were there, which are being classified by a different person. But we never talked about where the viruses stands. The problem with virus is that because viruses are not completely living or non-living, means outside the body of an organism, viruses act like what? It acts like a non-living thing, like a crystallized form it is present. Crystals means what? Like this is what? A solid structure. So it has a solid structure like a non-living thing without showing any metabolical sign of activities. Because if you remember the first chapter, for anyone to be living, there should be certain defining property. One such defining property is what? Metabolism. Okay, that is, they should be metabolically active. They aren't outside the body. So the problem was this. That's why R.H. Whitaker never put viruses into any such categories. Okay, cool. We understand this thing, sir. Let's just dive into the viruses. What are the viruses? Viruses causes disease. Means they are 100% parasites. Parasites means those organisms which lives on the other organisms as a host or something. So means they are what? Obligatory parasites. Obligatory word means what? Strictly, right? We have studied this word. Parasites means which is dependent on the host causing disease. Means they are pathogen, means they will 100% causing the disease. Till now when we were studying, we see that there are certain protista, there are certain monorans, there are certain fungi which causes what? Diseases. But these are few causes diseases in their cases, not all. But here all of them causes the diseases. So let's just dive into the first one, viruses. The viruses word comes from the Latin, which means what? Poisonous fluid or venom or the secretion. And who gave this idea about it? Pasteur gave this idea about it. Okay, but he never said these things. Okay, so Pasteur might be given as a statement because old NCERT used to say that the word virus was given by Pasteur, but in reality it is not given by the Pasteur. Next come the person Ivanovsky. So this is a very important person which you have to remember. So he separates certain microorganisms which, like for example, which are smaller than the bacterial cells, and they are infecting the tobacco plant. And this, okay, so this is infecting what? Tobacco plant. And that organism was termed as what? TMV. TMV is what? Tobacco mosaic virus. TMV is what? Tobacco mosaic virus. We will learn about it. So he found this and he repeated that they are smaller than the bacteria. They are the viruses are smaller than the bacteria and pass through bacteria-proof filters. What are they? Like for example, if you are making tea, then you need to do a filter of it, right? Imagine that the tea leaves, like okay, the tea granules are bigger than the filters. Okay, so the tea granules are what? Your bacteria. Imagine it like that. So bacteria get trapped. But if certain things, certain organism kind of a thing still passes through that filter thing, okay, for that tea, that smaller than the bacteria, there must be smaller than the bacteria that which can easily go through the filter paper of the tea, right? So this thing they are talking you about. I hope this thing is understood to you. Next person that we're going to be studying is the Bezernik. Bejonic demonstrated that if we take the infected plant, means tobacco mosaic plant, if we extract the material from it or the sap from it, for example, I took a plant, okay, I did what, I made a cut and get what, sap, certain kind of sap kind of a thing from it, or maybe I made a chutney of it and extracted that material, water or the fluid from it, and I put it on the another plant will get infected with the virus. Who did it? Bijernak. So it says that the fluid which is present in one plant is so contagious. Contagious means contaminated. Contaminated means infective in nature. Okay, so that is what he gave the term, what? Continuum vivum fluid. That is an infectious fluid, living fluid. Okay, then comes to the Stanley. What Stanley did? Stanley crystallized this EVM for the first time, and then crystallized means it is present in what? Non-living form. Okay, and for that he was even awarded with the Nobel Prize. So we are able to find it out that it's not the fluid, it's actually a virus, TMV virus, which is present. It's not the fluid which is causing the disease. Okay, understood this point. Now the characteristics of viruses. If we see the characteristics of viruses, so they are subatomic and non-cellular. Why? Because for a cell to happen, certain structures are needed. Cell organelles, plasma membrane, cell wall and all. Those things are not present. They are made up of only two substances. What are the two substances? Protein and the genetic material. That's it. No cell wall, no lipids, nothing are present. No carbohydrates, nothing is present in there. They are obligate intracellular parasites. Obligate intracellular means strictly inside the body, intracellular, between the cells it is present, under the cell it is present as a parasites. Okay, they have either DNA or RNA, but not both in one cell. Means if I am a virus, I will either have a RNA or a DNA. Means my genetic material of all the viruses that is present, that is different. Okay, so RNA or DNA no contains both DNA and RNA. Then we are inert outside their specific host, means we show like what? Crystalline body, non-living body when they are outside, and they contains nucleic acid, so they are capable of protein synthesis and help in the attachment with the ribosomes of the cells. And then like how they will make the proteins. For proteins making we need ribosomes. In 12th you will understand much better that how those things are happening. Up here you just remember that there is a concept called central dogma. What is central dogma? Central dogma says that now whenever the proteins are needed in the body, why the proteins are important in your body, anything which is happening, that is because of proteins. Means currently I'm able to speak because of the proteins that are being forming continuously to make me speak. Similarly, you are able to understand this video. Why? Because proteins are being formed in your body. So for virus also to complete like it's working inside the body, it's need what? Protein formation. But I told you what? The viruses has only two things present inside their body. What are the two things? It has what? It has genetic material, which could be DNA or RNA, genetic material, and proteins that is present. But if we want to make the new proteins which is essential for its survivability and other activities, like I am able to stand like this, I am able to do like this, how the virus will do all of those things inside the cell? For that it needs certain more organelles. Like one such organelle that is needed is the ribosomes. So new protein formation for the survivability of the virus, for its metabolically active nature, is being given by what? By the host. Means a virus which will infect me from my body, it will take up what? The ribosomes. So what will happen now? What naturally happen? There is what? The DNA will make the RNA, and then RNA will make the protein. This is what happened. So in my body, if I want to speak something, for example, if I want to do this thing, so all my body cells which are present over here, they will make it do like this. How they will make it do like this? They will first tell my DNA. My DNA will like, okay, let's make RNA first and then makes the proteins process. So they will also do the similar kind of a thing, but in a different way. We will understand it. Now they are talking about the morphology and the size of the virus. So morphologically wise, okay, their shape could be different. So they could be spherical, like influenza virus, HIV virus, they are spherical in appearance. So HIV virus looks something like this. If we will see that in later, this is the HIV virus look like. Okay, then we have a bacteriophage. Bacteriophage is what? Remember over here, bacteriophage. The word is coming from bacteria, means these are what? Bacteria infecting virus. So a bacteria infecting virus are called as what? Bacteriophage. The bacteriophage looks something like this, tadpole shape. They are like this. I am making a rough diagram. Later on, we will see the other diagram. This is the genetic material which I am making over here. Okay. Then we have a rod shape one. So rod shape one is like tobacco mosaic virus. So tobacco mosaic virus, different feature is coming up. So this kind of question can also come up, that who first identified TBM? You know that. What is the shape of the TBM? This. What are the morphology of it? Rod shape. So all of those things can up. So it looks like this. This is the genetic material and this is the protein present around itself. So this is what? A rod in shape. So rod shape like virus is there. That is TBM virus. Moving on to the next thing, that is a size. So TBM virus is 300 microneurons. Like, of course, it is what? A tobacco shape. So means this is 300 microneuron and this is 20, depending upon how you want to say it. Okay, then the chemical compositions, which we have already talked about it here, just written format. It could be nucleic acid, either DNA or RNA. Okay, now here the most important thing that you have to remember is that in a plant virus, there is what? There is RNA also present and in some DNA also present. They could be single stranded or there could be double stranded. Single strand means what? The genetic material is like this. Double stranded means what? Like this. Two strands. Okay, this does not look good. Single strand like this and double strand like this. You know, na? DNA, it used to be shown like this to you before also in 10th class. So here you can refer that thing. Okay, now in plants, it could be single or double stranded DNA or RNA. But when it comes to the animal, okay, they are double stranded DNA. Okay, and some might have RNA present also, but mostly it is what? Double stranded DNA. Okay, now the protein coats, it's what? Like this is what? This thing is what? Your protein coat. This is what? Protein. Now this protein coat is made up of what? Individual units, like a scale kind of a thing. Like fishes have scale. You might have seen a fish. Fish has a scale present. Imagine something like that. Each scale is called as what? It is called as caspomere. Each one. And total it is called as what? Caspid. Now this is what? This is present, which envelop the virus and protect it. Okay, now the symmetry of the viruses, if we go to, there could be what? There could be helical symmetry, like caspomere is present helically. Okay, helically means what? If this is a structure, it is present like this, covering like this. Okay, or it could be isohedral, means it has a polyhedral shape, means equal look like shape. Okay, so this could be there. So tobacco mosaic virus is shown to you. So here this thing is given about it. So you just remember it. Okay, so I have told you what? This is what? It's genetic material. And this is the caspomere, the proteins which is present. Okay, who discovered it? Ivanovsky. So D. Ivanovsky. Helical symmetrical is there. Single stranded RNA is there. Very important. Infects the plant. Which plants? Tobacco plant. Okay, then the next thing is bacteriophage. Bacteriophage are those in virus which infect the bacteria. It looks like this. Its structure we have to remember. So this thing is called as head. This part is called as collar. So head has a collar. So this is the collar of it. Then this long part of it, this is called as what? This is a sheath present around it. Okay, and these are what? These are the tail fibrils and these are the tail pins. So what they do it, we will learn it later. Okay, so this is bacteriophage is given to you, in which this two bacteriophage you have to remember because they will come again in 12th class. So what are they? The QB bacteriophage has single stranded RNA present, whereas this I think this sign is psi sign or phi sign, I don't remember. So into 174 bacteriophage, that is single stranded DNA. Means bacteriophage in bacteria, there will be what? Single stranded RNA present mostly, but Yeah, single-stranded RNA present, but they could be DNA or RNA, any kind of virus. Okay, the types of bacteriophage, they're broadly classified as non-virulent and the virulent. So there are certain bacteriophage which do not cause any diseases in the bacteriophage, means in the bacteria, but some in them. Why they are non-virulent? Because bacteriophage are dependent on bacteria for their life cycle. We will learn this thing later on. Okay, then the next thing is transduction. Transduction is the method by which bacteriophage transferred its genetic material. Remember transduction we have studied in the kingdom Monera, reproductive phase. Yeah, the same thing is being asked over here. So what was that? So if you remember that, what happened basically, that this is, for example, I am the one bacteria. So a one bacteriophage will come. Bacteriophage is what? Virus. For example, imagine that this is the virus. It will come. Okay, so it has what? Shuttle. Imagine, like I always say that this is an imagination of, if you have seen that how a moon lander Chandrayaan actually landed on the surface of the moon. So imagine that moon is what? Bacteria, and your Chandrayaan is the bacteriophage. Okay, so I am imagining it that. Okay, so I am the bacteria and the Chandrayaan is coming. So Chandrayaan coming. So it has what? Tails. So it will first go what? It will, with the help of a tail, it will land. Okay, it land, and then what will happen? It will, certain space will be there because its legs are there, right? So as it is land like this, okay, this main body is not in touch with it. The main body has a channel through which it can transfer the genetic material. So imagine what will happen. It will stand like this, then it will go like this. What happened? Like this, this. As this happens, what will happen? There is a proper connection between the bacteria and the bacteriophage, that is a virus. Now the bacteriophage will do what? Whatever the virus, like genetic material present inside it, it will release inside it. And as it will release inside it, why it is important? Because to make the proteins, and the protein makes are important for everything, means for reproduction also proteins are important. So this transduction method is being employed by the viruses. So certain these diseases are given to you, which you should remember. Okay, so we are not doing it. We will just moving on to the next thing. Then there is a cyanophage. Cyanophage is those bacteria, viruses which infect blue-green algae. That's why I call as cyno. Cyno word itself coming from the blue-green bacteria, because if you remember, we have studied what? Cyanobacteria. So infects what? Infects cyanobacteria. Cyanobacteria is what kind of bacteria, beta? Eubacteria or Archaebacteria? Eubacteria. Okay, so Eubacteria classification. Okay, can anyone give any example? Nostoc. Good. Okay, what kind of nutrition they have? They can have a autotrophic nutrition or a heterotrophic nutrition. I hope you will remember that. If it is a autotrophic nutrition, what it would be? Bacteria. Either it could be photoautotrop or a chemoautotrophs. These things you have to remember. Then mycophages. These infect the mycophages, that is fungi. So remember that myco word is for what? Fungi. So fungi infecting. Okay, this is it. Now before to go it, I want to let you know the life cycle of virus. Life cycle of viruses. Now there are two types, lytic cycle and lysogenic cycle. Now what does the mean of lytic? Lytic means breakdown. Okay, so I am saying lytic cycle means a breakdown. So what will happen? Imagine that this is what? This is your bacteriophage, right? This is what? Your bacteriophage. This is your bacteria. Okay, and this is what? This is the bacterial, sorry, this is the viral genetic material. Viral genetic material. I hope that this thing is already understood, that the viral genetic material, this experiment I have showed you now, right? So same thing is happening over here. Now what will happen? This bacterial DNA will be cleaved or break down by what? By this viral DNA. Okay, so this virus has broken down. So can you see that this green color thing is what? It is the nucleoid. Nucleoid means the area where the genetic material of the monoras, bacteria, is present. So can you see that it is being cleaved? Okay, so it is what? Cleaved. Now after cleavage, what is being done? It is being forming what? Forming the new viruses. Forms new viral cells. And then what will happen? Burst. Okay, so what is happening now? Burst the bacterial cell and comes out. And again, this new that is coming out infecting again. Okay, now you can see it. And then what is lysogenic? Lysogenic, this thing do not occur. This breaking things do not occur. So what happened? This bacteria will release its genetic material. It will go and incorporate in the bacterial DNA, the viral DNA. Okay, so what will happen? The viral genetic material gets incorporated into the bacterial DNA or bacterial genetic material, and then it will divide and keep on incorporated. Can you see that both has this, but few of them will change back into this format because ultimately it wants to make virus only. So it is keep on making one host as well as keep on forming the variety also. So if you have watched Stranger Things, same thing is happening over here. So this bacteria is what? It is from upside one monster, means the mind flayer, if you know that. And mind flayer is doing what? Making the Billy as the host, many host. But after a certain period of time, Billy still stays as the host level. Like what? Like this level. But the rest of them will what? Burst and joined and form the big monster, part 3, if you have seen it. So this is a two type of cycle, lytic cycle and lysogenic cycle. Is it understood or not? Let me know in the comment section. If not, then we will go further and we will make what? A video. Okay, a short video out of it. Let's just come back. Viruses are one thing. But do we have virus as the smallest living organism which is even passing the bacteriofilters? No. There are others also which are even smaller than that. Oh God, something new is coming up. That is what? Viroids. Viroids are what? Free infectious RNA. Means they do not contain protein also. So they do not have proteins. They are smaller than virus because virus has proteins. They do not have. They are what? Genetic material only. Very nice. Okay. So who found it? T.O. Diner in 1971 discovered this new infectious agent smaller than the virus called as viroids. Viroids are of low molecular mass because of course it only has genetic materials. Okay. And it is with RNA, single-stranded RNA and no protein coats. Okay, viroid causes a very important disease in the plant kingdom, that is potato spindle tuber disease. This is given in NCERT, you have to remember. So even the match the following like this can come, that virus causes tobacco mosaic disease, but viroid contains viroid does what? Potato spindle tuber disease. Okay, then comes the prions. P for prions, or these are slow viruses. Now they are what? They do not contain the genetic material, they contain only the proteins. Very nice, next level. So P for prions, P for proteins. So they have proteins only virus. Okay, so it is associated with what? One of the disease in humans, that is laughing disease called as Kuru disease. Okay, there are other diseases also, but the one which is there in our NCERT, that is mad cow disease, which is called as what? Bovine spongiform encephalopathy. Okay, means its defect is in the brain, and the cow started acting like mad. Okay, so that thing will happen. Similar variant of it is present inside the humans also, that is CJI. Okay, this thing is done. Okay, then comes the lichens. Next topic, that is what? Lichens. So lichens are what? They are the associations. Okay, if you remember, I have talked about this in the fungi topic. Okay, kingdom fungi, that lichens are what? These are the associations with the bacteria and not the bacteria, the plants and the fungi. Okay, so there are the terms lichens was given by Theophatus is what? Father of the botany. Okay, then the study of lichen is known as what? Lichenology. Father of lichen is Eric Arkinus. If you don't remember, it's okay. I told you that it is what? Symbiosis relationship means flatmate kind of a thing. If you don't remember, go back and see that. Okay, so what happened? One will act like there is a flatmates. So if you are living in a flatmate, one will make always food, other will always buy the things. He will say that I don't know how to make the food. So they both are interdependent to each other. So fungi do not have any chloroplast present in it. We know that. So it can't make the food. So who can make the food? The algal part of it. Okay, so now this thing is there. So the plant part, since plant is what? P. So P for phyco. Okay, so the plant part is what? Phycopoints. Algal, we have told you what? Algae is also called as what? Myco. Myco word is for, sorry, for the fungi we have a word what? Myco. So plant fungal part is the myco part. This is a very important question which students do wrong. But if you have studied throughout my topics, you know that myco word is for the fungus. So mycobiont would be what? The fungal biotic part of this lichen. And phyco word is coming for plant. Phi for phyco, fever plant. Okay, it is a algal part because algae is what? Plant. Okay, so this thing is there. Major part of the lichen thallus is composed of fungal component. Okay, and sometimes this association is also referred to as master and slave. Okay, so master and slave means what? Someone has kept someone as a slave. So who do you think would be slave in it? And who would be the master? Now the master, I told you what? The major part is of fungus. So fungus would be dominant. Fungus will be like, algae, do this, make me food. So we used to do that at our home certain times, certain aunties works. Okay, so we used to say that auntie work this, work that. So they are what? They are our one who are doing for us. So working as a slavery. Of course, it's not for free. They are giving the protection to it, space to live to it. Now on the basis of the fungal component, they could be of two types. What are the two types? One is ascolichens, or it could be the basidiolichens. Name itself saying ascolichen means the fungus belongs to which division of fungus? Ascomycetes. Okay, and most of the lichens are ascolichens. Okay, whereas basido would be what? It belongs to the basidomycetes. That's it. Okay, then the next part you have to remember that classification of the thallus, how it looks like. So there are three classifications. Number one is what? Crustose lichens. These crustose lichens are flat. Okay, their thallus is flat. Imagine like a flat structure is there and it is attached to the rocky surface. Okay, so it is a flat. So this is, okay, imagine that this is the rock. This is the rock, and on it is attached like this. So crustose like it. Okay, next would be what? Foliose. Foliose means what? They are flat, leaf-like and bilobed. Okay, so it has a lobes present to it. Okay, more like Marchantias kind of a thing. So this is what? Foliose type. And fructose are well-developed shrubs like. Okay, so this is what? It is a flat leaf-like and lobed. And these are what? Well-developed shrub like and branched also. Okay, it has two. It has first fructose type. Okay, so this thing are three different types of it. Imagine it. Okay, next thing is economical importance of lichen is what? It helps in what? It is first thing you have to remember that it helps in the pollution indicators. Means they can only grow in those areas where the pollution is not there. Once the pollution would be there, they will be not available. So they are what? Biological indicator of pollutions. Okay, so this one you have to remember. Others you can read it if you want, but not so important. Next is the mycorrhiza. I told you about mycorrhiza, what they are, the association with the pinus roots of the fungus part. Okay, so they help in what? The fungus will help in what? They won't be able to help in the formation of the plant food. So food will be provided by the pinus plant. In return, they will help in what? Water absorption and the phosphorus absorption. So there are two types of it. What are the two types? Actomycorrhiza and endomycorrhiza. The actomycorrhiza, okay, it is what? Here it is present on the outside of the roots, whereas the endomycorrhiza, it goes inside the cells. Okay, so these two things are there. So this thing we have to remember that root surface is completely covered by pseudo parenchymatous sheets, which is formed by what? Fungal hyphae. Okay, fungal hyphae enters intercellularly between the cortical cells of the roots and the net called the hearting net. Okay, so means what is happening? If I have to see, this is the root. Imagine that this is the root part of it. So they are present like this. Outside it is completely active and little bit it will go inside also in the cortical layers. What are the cortical layers? We will study it. When we will study the anatomy now, you will understand that there are layers present. So imagine that cortical layers are what? Initial layers of the plant body. So means if you dissect me, initially certain layers will come of my body. After skin, what will come? After skin, subcutaneous fat will come. So layers are there. You will learn this. We will learn this. Don't worry. Example is pinus, which you have to remember. Oak, eucalyptus, you will get those things. Okay, most of them are what? Class basidiomycetes. Then come the endomycorrhiza. They goes what? Inside it. So they are present what? Intracellularly, cortical cells would be present, and it will form what? Certain structures would be formed, like called as orbiculi. Okay, it was a hearting cells, it was orbiculi over here. So this thing you have to remember. And this is what? This is for the phosphate absorption. I have told you before also, these things are what? Phosphate absorption. Now endomycorrhizas are being formed by zygomycetes. Zygomycetes belongs to which division? Tell me. It belongs to phycomycetes. I hope you remember to it. So these are what? Phycomycetes. Because you remember that phycomycetes has two parts. What are the two parts? Zygomycetes and the oomycetes. Okay, so this thing is there. With this, our chapter is over. I hope you would have understood a little bit about it. Go through it again and again. The next thing is certain question practice. So I have made certain questions for you to give you an idea that these kind of questions would be there. Okay, so let's just try to solve it and see that how to take the approach for it. The first thing is match the following with the correct sector option. So there are total 3 columns. Okay, don't assume that 2 columns questions will come. The questions would be now coming for the 3 columns as well. So let's just see that. So they have given the different kingdom classifications. They have given the person name also, who has given it. Okay, so that thing is also there, and they have given that which thing has been added in each kingdom when they have come up. So this thing might be a confusion to you. Here we are writing it down. So these are those questions which are not being discussed much or had a certain discussion, and now we have to develop that kind of thinking for solving those questions. Let's just think that how we will take the approach for it. So now 2 kingdom classification, we know that it is the earliest classification, and in NCERT itself it is given that Linnaeus give the early system of 2 kingdom classifications. In 2 kingdom, what were there? We know that there was Plantae and Animalia. So 2 kingdom classification means this will make a bond with what? Okay, match the following with what? It will be with the Linnaeus, because Linnaeus gave it. So A2 with what? Only the animal and Plantae was present. So goes like this. First, okay. Then the next one is what? Then 3 kingdom classification. The 3 kingdom classification was given by Ernest Haeckel. You have to remember it. Ernest Haeckel. What does Ernest Haeckel give over here? So Ernest Haeckel added a group called Protista, where what happened, beta? All the unicellular organisms were put into it. Okay. Then 4 kingdom classification, who gave it? Copeland gave it. And Copeland said that there are prokaryotic and eukaryotic cell different. So Monera kingdom was added. Then comes what? 5 kingdom classification. We know that we are extensively studying it. That is R.H. Whitaker. And he found what? Fungi. And the 6th kingdom classification was given by Carl Woese, who added Archaebacteria. So there should be the answer which resembles to it. So I have already made the answer. This becomes the answer to it. What is that? This A, second, E, B, fourth, and C. So like this, we have made it. Okay, I hope this thing is understood to you, this type of questions. Let's move to the next question. The next question is that in which year the 5 kingdom classifications was proposed by R.H. Whitaker. This is specifically a year-based question from the NCERT, and the answer to is 1969. So this would be the answer to it. Easy peasy. Let's go to the little bit more. Now this questions would be a real test of your memory skills. Okay, and here the mnemonics will work more than less. Okay, so what we have studied, the question is based on that how many are represented of the groups where the fruiting body possesses exogenously produced meiospores. Means spores are, meiospores are what? Spores. Okay, myo means is giving what? That is reductional division. So by reductional division, spores are being produced. We know that. So meiospores is nothing new, something to us. Exogenous means outside. So whether it's ascocarp or basidocarps, in which case there is outer spores are being produced. We know that exogenously is being produced in case of your ascocarps. Okay, the fruiting body is called as ascocarp. So what would be the answer for the ascocarp is what? It is a second no, it is basidocarp. Wait, this is wrong. This is basidocarp. Basidocarp. Okay, that is basidomycetes. So they are asking us about the basidomycetes. And when they are asking us about the basidomycetes, we have to remember what? We have to remember the mnemonic. So basidomycetes is on the third. First is phycomycetes. Then we have studied the ascomycetes and then the basidomycetes. So basidomycetes is third one. So what we have studied? We have studied that what? What is that? Ram, can, pua, cat, right? So pua, P-U-A. Okay, except that also there was other example also. So P-U-A. So P is for what? Puccinia, Astiligo, and what? So asparagus, right? So what are they? See over here. We have Astiligo, we have asparagus, we have Puccinia. Now rest, if you see that, this is from the deuteromycetes, this we haven't studied. This is from ascomycetes, this is from deuteromycetes, this is from the ascomycetes, this is from the phycomycetes. So 3. So 3 is the answer to it. So if you remember the mnemonic, then it's much easier for you to remember it. Okay, with time multiplying, if you will repeat it, you would be able to understand it. Now the next question is your critical thinking question, and this type of questions has higher chances of coming up beta. So we have to do this level of study and understanding of the critical. Don't worry, in futures we will be keep on coming up with more question practice once our syllabus would be there. Here we are doing the types of questions that could come. Let's just quickly see into it. So it is what? Regarding that, we have to find out that PQRS flow chart is given. So if you see that first box is saying what? It is a flagellated protozoan. Okay, flagellated protozoan. Okay, I remember that there are a kingdom Protista in which the 5th division was protozoans. So okay, so in protozoans there was flagellated protozoan. So here one side it is saying yes, other it is going like no. Let's go to the one side of it. So yes, it's saying that it causes sleeping sickness. Very easy, we have studied that. Which causes sleeping sickness? Tryptonema. Okay, so sorry, not tryptonema, tryptosoma. Okay, so this answer would be what? This answer would be tryptanosoma. Okay, now next thing is that if we goes to the no, then what are the other examples? It is saying that it possesses pseudopodia as the locomotory structure. For pseudopodia, we know that what? Amoeba is the example. So we have studied what? Amoeba into it. So Q might be the amoeba ones. Okay. Next then is what? That if yes, amoeba. If no, it is a ciliated protozoan. For ciliated protozoan, we have studied what? Paramecium. So if yes is coming, there might be the example which we have studied what? Paramecium. If no, it is an endoparasite, means living inside the body. So inside the body, we have studied what? Plasmodium. So this could be a plasmodium. So we have under that one example only which we have studied, it is ant amoeba. Okay, ant amoeba. So we can find the answers. Once we are coming on to the options, there are certain, like in the P. So P would be what? Tryptosoma. So it is being told here and here. So these two could be the answer. So let's just see it. With the Q, we have what? Ant amoeba. When we see the Q, both the answer we don't know. Means let's just leave it. This is the way of solving this question. We have not studied it. Okay, let's leave it. Then comes the R. R is paramecium. Here let's see that Balantidium, Vorticella, Not studied much. Let's go further. What is there? S. S is plasmodium. Plasmodium is given. Plasmodium is not given. So means what would be the possible answer? B would be the answer. Although in this question probably B is given to you where the name of the certain organisms is not mentioned to you in NCERT, but yet you can find these answers. Now don't say that in the comment section that this question has been like this, NTA won't make it. Beta, NTA will make these kind of questions. Okay, still it will be able to give you the answer if you know the two of it. If you're able to analyze this thing, you would be able to give the answers. Okay, well, that's all for this video. If you like this video, give it a like, share it with your friends or the new students which gonna be going with the 11th class and the new topics has been told to them, but the question practice are not being done. We are doing that also on this channels. We will be doing every possible thing that is needed for your NEET journey as well as for your academic journey as well. We will develop you 100% for anything. Meanwhile, if you want the notes of this chapter, you can follow me or you can go to the on the WhatsApp channel where the notes would be available, link would be available, or you can even go on the Telegram where also you can download the PDF of it, and the link would be in the description. Well, that's all for this video. Thank you so much.